Let's get straight into this, man. We don't need no intro for this.
No, for me that was like an unrealistic way.
It felt hyperbolic.
Well, yeah, because what I'm trying to say is, Mr. Potato Head should fuck off. Unfortunately, to say he should pray 5 times a day doesn't quite have the witty, bitey joke that I was looking for. I am not questioning religion. I was simply making a joke at the time about him and religion.
I understand that.
The point is I make ignorant jokes about many different things on a daily basis, and I'm online at all times. But certain things are more sensitive to certain people than others.
And some of those things also, they reinforce stereotypes or Islamic tropes.
So talking about Islam and religion, really? If someone talks about my colour and my race, I'm going to feel offended by it. It doesn't come down to what jokes I can take. And for me personally, I would say I'm quite a witty guy. I can banter with people. I can take things on the chin. But when it comes down to real life things like race, religion, like, come on, man. Like, you can't be joking about things like that.
Or Islamophobic tropes. And there might be some people out there who would have, they see you the way you look, they would assume that your background would be Islamophobic, that you'd probably be a fairly xenophobic, would not be.
Well, the ironic thing,
for foreigners.
Really.
I dated a Muslim girl once, and she said, "I'm very surprised that you're interested in me because you look like the guys who used to bully me in high school."
Right.
And that was like a what the fuck moment for me. But look, I'm not trying to reinforce any stereotype.
I got.
It's like, you know, I mean, I'm coming from like this is like a black kind of reference thing. Like, I have known so many, not just white guys, but there's one person I know, he's a very good friend of mine, but he used to banter with me about my kind of background. I used to banter with him about his background, but he always used to go, oh, well, my cousin's boyfriend's girlfriend is black, so I'm not right. Like, it's kind of, that is almost what he's trying to, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. That's what he's almost trying to say. It's like, well, I dated a Muslim girl before. It's like, come on, bro, like, leave that out of the equation.
Got home.
Just because you date someone that's from that religion or race does not make it right for you to joke about it or make you, people aren't going to accept you for it, you know? Even if you're Muslim and you're joking about Islam, that's haram. That, you can't be doing that.
My wife had been sent this clip hundreds of times at this point.
Okay.
Kind of saying...
Apologies for that to her, by the way.
Yeah.
And your family.
That was what made me emotional about it. I got to be honest. Like, when we thought about doing a podcast, I thought it might be another one where I sort of cry or something, because I had a little time where I did think, God, I was questioning myself for a minute. I was like, should I have sat on a stream next to you and gone, what? Like, and you know what it's like when you're in the flow of a stream. Should I have sat next to you and gone, whoa, Brian, what are you saying? Like, I felt like I'd let, in some extent, I felt like I'd let you down, but I'd also felt like I'd let my own family down because of the...
I mean, your babies are Muslim, bro.
But that's what I'm saying,
you know, but for me, knowing that is like... When Lawrence's son was born, it meant a lot, you know, to me. And to think that anyone would think that that's like a thing that's in me, when I have so much like love for your family. It was just such a stupid moment, you know, and that's when I thought about people like Gib, you know, like people who I do rate and respect, who would think and see that and think, what is he?
Where the tears? I don't see no tears.
What does he really think in that sense?
Yeah, because that's not, it's just not who I am, you know, and I realised that, you know, I'm a cocky guy and I say a lot of silly jokes, and I love myself to a degree, and I get lost in that sometimes.
And sometimes you enjoy upsetting people.
No, I absolutely do, and I'm not disputing that, you know, like, and unfortunately, classing yourself as somewhat a semi-comedian who wants to make people laugh, I accept that every single video that goes out, I'm going to piss some people off. But often my feeling is, but they need to grow the fuck up and realize that this is a joke.
Oh, shut up, man.
The problem is when you touch on something that is so sensitive and that you don't...
It is very sensitive, mate.
In that moment, process it in that way, and you're like, this is ridiculous. No one's actually going to take me seriously. You're just not thinking it through, you know. And hey, I am truly, truly, deeply sorry to anyone who seen that, Muslim or not, and thought that this guy has hate for anyone out there, because I just don't. Honestly, you know, some people who know me, close to me, may one day come out and say Brian is a dickhead, but I'd be stunned if anyone said I was a prejudiced person who had anything against any skin color, any sexuality, any religion. Because honestly, I don't give a fuck what anyone is. I really don't. And I'm not going to go down the road of I've got black friends or anything like that. It's just everything about me is I embrace difference, generally speaking, and despite me being ignorant, you know. So yeah, I don't know what else to say, man.
I think being able to have an honest conversation on your own podcast about it is.
I just don't want to run away from anything ever.
I don't want to get cancelled.
And I think when I look at other people who've done that, it just makes you look guilty, you know. And I'm not guilty of any of the true thoughts and feelings that it makes you look guilty, and I'm not someone who is guilty of feeling that way. I just make stupid jokes sometimes, and I've got to be better.
This is, sorry, here's the thing. So he said he's a semi-comedian, yeah? So, okay, fair enough. However, if you watch the pros and real comedians that do stand-up comedy for a living, okay, he's not doing comedy for a living. He's not doing stand-up comedy. He may do, actually, I don't know his background. I don't know his life. He may do stand-up. I have no idea. But if you watch, like, the guys like Ricky Gervais, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, like, these are top comedians, right? They've gone into race religion before, but there's a way about going around it. Okay, you don't say it in a malicious way. You don't try and offend people just because you dislike a certain person, which was Andrew Tate. You can't really do that. You can't do that saying, oh, they're gonna why don't he go and blow himself up? I don't know whether it was him or whether it was a group of people. He said, whatever. You can't do that. Even the top comedians would never joke about that, because that's a serious thing you're suggesting there, man. Like, you can't be doing that. So there's a way about comedy. If you had a religious audience, or you had someone on your podcast that was from that religion, and you were kind of like bantering between back and forth, that's completely different. But again, I don't even think you would go to the extent to come out with something like that. I mean, even me, like any humane person who knows right from wrong, even if you are trying to be witty and you're trying to joke around and it's one of those jokes that sounds offensive, but it isn't, it's just banter. I, in myself, wouldn't come out and say that, because I know it's inhumane and it's wrong. And it's wrong to joke about religion. It's wrong to joke about race. Yeah, it's been done by the top comedians in the world, but they know how to go around it. We don't. Like, we don't know how to word it and put it into the right vocab. So it's better you keep your mouth shut. Otherwise, things like this happen. Now, he's human at the end of the day. We all make mistakes. We all say things that we regret, 100%. But just from my side of things, I would never, I don't even think I could, even if that thought was on my mind, which it wouldn't be, it couldn't come out my mouth. And that's the difference. And it's like, if you can come out with something like that and think it and deliver it, come on, mate. Like, it's going to be hard for you to come back from this. I'm not going to lie.
I'm a grown-ass man now, and I will be better. But, yeah.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm still learning, mate.
It's going to be hard to come back.
You know, just when I think I've got when you think you have everything figured out, or to a degree, you feel like you've got a good beat on things. And it's so funny, because in that Tyson Fury interview, I literally say at the start, you're all saying I'm a hero now, but next week you'll be all calling me a twat. And literally right on cue, here we are. But that's the way life is. It like, really is,
pride before a fall sort of thing.
It's so fucking... But even then I knew it, and I still fucking made that mistake. Ugh.
Live streams.
You don't even know
just
what to
live
say.
Streams, man. Just live streams.
You don't even know what to say.
I just want to say again, I am sorry to your family.
Hey, I appreciate what you said, and it means a lot to me that you thought about those guys.
That really upsets me, like, honestly. I feel such a...
If you hate wearing glasses, don't skip this video. Having to wear glasses or contact...
How are we falling into this stereotype of two podcasters who cry when they say sorry for things?
White guys, man.
Just, no, it is genuinely that. God, just check your privilege for a second. It's...
What?
I get what you're saying, and I appreciate that. And I think a lot of people will also appreciate the same. And you know what? Maybe it might take a bit of time for some people to appreciate that as well, or come around to hearing it. But
sometimes you just need to fuck up to remind yourself, come on, mate. You need to sort your shit out a bit here.
All right, we're going to end it there. Yeah, we heard enough. We've heard enough. Do you know what? Like, at the end of the day, I don't know I don't know him. I don't know his background. I don't know his upbringing. I don't know his lifestyle. I've seen him around on YouTube before anyway. I mean, he stuck up. I think he stuck up for a YouTuber or a content creator when Jeremy Lynch and that other guy were kind of sticking. He stuck up for him. And do you know what? I've actually seen him stick up for people before, you know, and actually go be in the right most of the time. And some of the things he does say about Andrew Tate is correct. Like, you know, he doesn't really show... There are times Andrew Tate does show integrity behind the camera, but when he's been on the camera most of it, he doesn't show that integrity side of him. So I understand sometimes where he comes from when he talks about Andrew Tate. But to diss a man about his religion, it's wrong. It is wrong. And the fact of the matter is, saying that, oh, you should go and blow yourself up or whatever he said... You can't... I don't understand why people who believe this, they believe that terrorists are Muslim, and it's like, no, they are just terrorists. They may be Muslim, but that doesn't mean that the religion is involved with the terrorism. It doesn't matter where you're from. You can be a terrorist, whether you're from the UK, Germany, France. Like, a terrorist is a terrorist. It's got nothing to do with the religion. Has nothing to do with the religion. So we need to, people that believe that and think that, you need to take that out of the equation right away. But at the end of the day, look, he said something that he obviously regrets. Coming out on camera is a hard thing for anyone to do. People make mistakes. Listen, in a year, 2 years time, I mean, it may not be forgotten, but people will be at ease with it. People will start to forgive you. And that's just a part of life, man. And even with the Tyson Fury thing, I was like, Tyson Fury, man, like, calm down. Like, I thought he held his own. He didn't react. But then that's what life does. Like, life does that. You look like the hero, and then you have a downfall. It's like Ronaldo. Ronaldo was a hero for how many years? Scoring goals, breaking records. Now, look at his downfall. Now people want him to suffer. Like, that's just sometimes the way life goes. But in the end, you come out the other side. You come out the other side more knowledgeable, stronger. And, you know, people forgive you. People will forgive him. But do you know what? We're all human at the end of the day. Even though I disagree with what he has said, and the apology is going to be a hard comeback for him, but we're all human at the end of the day, and we need to step up and realise that people make mistakes. It's as simple as that.